What is up? What's going on, YouTubers? We got Max from Interstellar here today. How's it going, Max?
Going good, going good. How are you?
Oh, not so bad, not so bad. We have some early birders in here. Luke, what's going on?
What's going
My
on,
buddy
Luke?
Gage from Cloud Scientist. That's a cool dude there. I like Gage. Cole, what's up? How's it going, Stan? Dragos, what up, dude? Synergy, there's another good guy there. I don't know if you know him, David from Synergy Morse. He was known as PCF, but that's a good dude. He gave me like $300 worth of winnings because they didn't want to ship to Canada. So he gave them to me.
Nice.
Awesome. Thank you, Dave. I'll mention that every time. What up, Missy? Thanks for coming in. All right. So to get into this, like how we start this show off, I get into like what's in the morph market news. And morph market's been putting a lot out lately. Like last week, there was 3 or 4 different articles. I'm sure I didn't do that good of a job just because there was so much. But this week, of course, they had their take on DG and what they released on it. I wrote down the article here. I'm going to read it quick, but Rare Genetics Inc. Well, if you watch the videos, you know, so they're tied in with Morph Market, had a breakthrough in study of the DG ball python. As a result, you can now order the genetic test. However, there is a catch. The DG test is an elimination test. That means it's highly accurate to detect if the animal does not have the DG to it, DG in it. I lost my place. But it's only 85% accurate at telling you if there's DG in it. Now, I mean, I'm sure that's going to improve, but that's kind of like we got a somewhat of a test right now.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about this DG gene and what's been coming out about it? And
I mean, I'm kind of like trying to like withhold my opinion until they figure it all out. I mean, until then, I'm just treating it like it's clown or pied or any other recessive. I mean,
right,
who knows?
I
I'm not a
get that. I
geneticist, so I
mean,
don't know.
that's kind of what I did. I've kind of been listening, and I really have not had an opinion on it. And it's just like, I'm not going to stay away from it. I mean, if you have any that you would like to get rid of for a cheaper price, hit me up. I mean, I'll sit on
Yeah,
it for a
same here.
while and
I'll
see what
I'll take your
happens.
DGs. It's all good.
Yeah, I'll take your DGs if you don't want them. I mean, I think it's going to just stay the same. And if it, after we find out exactly what it is, I think it's going to drive the market up because my opinion of it, it's going to be harder to hit, and DG's already a complicated gene to tell. I mean, I don't know if you had hatched any clutches of DGs out. I've seen some, and I've had a het DG, and I have 2 het DGs now. And there's a very fine line between what's DG and what's a het.
Right.
So it's like you got to wait till the snake gets 6, 7 weeks old, or months old, whatever, to really tell, to put on some weight, to see if it is. I don't even know if I want to do that. Like my friend Shane just hatched out puzzles, and like you have people saying that's a puzzle, people saying that's not a puzzle. Like that's another gene that's just, it's hard to detect right out of the egg.
And it really sucks because I'm in both projects. So, but I mean, I think with the DGs, for me, it hasn't been that bad. I've only had 1 clutch of visuals, 4 babies, but it was a visual to a visual pairing.
So
Um,
yeah,
and
and
they
you
were
got
all
all
bright,
visuals out of
super
it.
clean. Like it was almost obvious compared to like others that I've hatched with similar genes that they were DG. They're just so clean.
Because they're saying that basically from everything that I listen to, they're saying your DG to DG pairings might not produce 100%, but it's very far and few between. But the visual to the het, you're not guaranteed one every two, and a het to het, you're not guaranteed one every four.
Right.
I mean, from my understanding, you could have two het DGAs to DGAs and never hit it. If you got two DGA copies and you don't have that DGB in there, so you could like die trying and never hit it.
Right.
And what's up with this DGC? That's what I'm waiting for.
I mean, they say that might be enhancer, but I guess we'll find out. So
I didn't know if you wanted to admit it or I wanted to admit it, but yeah, like enhancer is more or less what they're saying this DGC might be, and this might be like a combination of both A and B, and bam, you got enhancer. You don't have to worry about, playing these odds because you're going to get to odds because it's a correct form of the recessive. From what I'm getting.
I mean, because from the video I saw, was it earlier today or yesterday, they were saying that DGC is a high possibility of being enhancer, but it has DGA and DGB involved. So I mean, I'm guessing it's the homozygous DGC, and then it may be heterozygous or homozygous for the other two. But who knows?
What come to my mind, and this might be way off, another thing that just I thought about, like they're calling it DGA and DGB. Now, are these known genes? Like, are they known codoms? This DGA and DGB, or are they codoms? Because I mean, if it's a combination of the two, people can create them with like Enchian fire. Because that don't look too far from, it's just interesting. I don't know if that's possible, you know what I mean? But it's something that came to my mind and went, I
mean, like it might not even be, like another codon. It might be some other kind of a gene, kind of like how banana is linked to the sex of the snake. Like, like who knows what it could be.
Yeah, it could be something we don't know, but I was wondering if it was tied into something that we already do know, and they're not just releasing the so-called genes. I don't know.
And that's why I'm kind of waiting for them to like fully map out that gene before like jumping in any conclusions. I mean, we all know how well pastel goes into DG, so who knows? Maybe pastel is part of the DGA or DGB somewhere. Right. There's just so much pastel in DG.
There is. What's up, Joel? How's it going? Thanks for coming in. Yeah, there's a bit. I mean, pastel is like DG's home, or DG is like pastel's home. You put it in a clown and you want to throw it away, I mean, just get it out of here. But I mean, you can make pastel clowns look good. It just takes work.
Right.
I'm not going to say it's totally useless, but you need 2 or 3 other things to it to make it look appealing. I will say the acid pastel clown looks pretty neat. I don't know if you've seen it. I mean, that thing with that bright yellow head.
Josh from Ball Python Shed just has some out.
Yeah, those are pretty neat. I mean, that's a quick, easy way to fix pastel and clown. Acid. In my mind.
I just think it looks good when it's a full-grown adult. I mean, it looks great as a baby, but we all know how it goes when they grow up.
Right. I mean, I've seen a couple pastel clowns that are like 2,000 grams that are still yellow, but they're still kind of just so faded out that it's not that cool.
Yeah.
It's not that bad, but it's not that good. But another thing that I've seen around the community that's been talking about are like this people shaming people for not being members of USARK. I mean, the way I feel about it is like we shouldn't really be shaming anyone. Like we should be helping each other. We should be trying to pick up the people that aren't doing so well for no other reason than just to be nice. You know what I mean? Don't be a dick. Like, and it's just like if you're not a member of USARK, You can't buy a snake from me, I heard. And I don't know if I would turn money down like that, but I plan on giving discounts to people who are members of both. And, it's a real easy way of doing it. Just, I don't know. I think the world in general needs to stop worrying about pointing defaults out in people and trying to pick people up. And that's a battle we'll never win, probably.
Yeah. So always try to encourage people. You're never going to get somebody to do something by, just giving them a bunch of grief about it.
Yeah.
So, positivity is always the way to go.
I know if I'm doing something wrong and you put me on blast or that you don't like, and you put me on blast on a live chat or come on to my show and get on a panel and start, throwing this out there, I'm not going to respect you, and I'm going to be instantly defensive.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to laugh about it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll laugh a lot of things off. Like a couple weeks ago, we had someone come into the room and say, I want to expose you for being a killer. And it's like, what am I killing? Like, killing what?
Oh, man.
Hey, Darlene. How's it going? Thanks for coming. What's up, Will? I'll put you on blast, Mr. Grim Clown. All right. Well, I mean, it's possible there's something going on with it. I've seen the parents. It's not obvious that there's anything else. I mean, I'll say it's possible, Grim, but if I can't see it in the snakes, like, I'm not going to sell it as Grim. I'll tell you it could be possible, Grim. I mean, everything that I say, just like the lace clown, Will. Like, I mean, go look at Best Dressed Balls. That's where I got my lace clowns. All of his lace clowns look reduced, basically exactly like mine. He posts them, everyone's like, oh, dude, go away, lace clown. I post mine, people are like, haha, dude, fuck you, you don't got a lace clown. And it's like, okay, well, I'm going to prove it out. When I prove it out and I see lace, I'll call it lace. If I don't, I won't.
I love lace. Lace is great. I need more lace.
Yeah, everybody needs more lace, like, for real. Yeah. I mean, if that girl don't prove out, I'm going to buy lace. But if she proves out, haha, I got lace. Screw you guys. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I announced the possibilities in my snakes, and I guess people don't really care for it. You know what I mean? And I do get thrown out on the bus, but it's just like, okay, if I'm sitting there trying to sell a snake that don't look this and I'm calling it that, then call me out. But if I'm just saying, hey, it's a possibility, I'm giving you the heads up that could be there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I bought the leopard clown that I bought because it was the best looking example of leopard clown that was available at that time. It just looked a little different. And like when the guy even labeled it as a possible Grim when he first did it, then he took it off because he second guessed himself. But I don't know. It's possible. Okay, all right, whatever. Enough about all that, and let's get into some questions. Thanks, Will. I like Will. Will's a good dude. He messes with me, but you know what? Like, it's all in good fun, and I respect the man, and I respect his opinion. Will's a good dude. I just get his sense of humor. So, to start this out, just who are you? How long you been doing this?
So I'm Maxx from Interstellar Reptiles, based out of Northwest Florida. Bought my first ball python in I think it was November 2018. And then really started getting serious about it in 2020. And
stepping up a little bit.
Fourth year now.
Heck yeah. What have you made so far that you're the proudest of?
Probably my visual desert ghost clutch that I made not too long ago.
Nice. Now, I mean, we all know what's going on there, but like I said, just keep treating it as it is until they figure it out. What's a normal day like for you? Like, do you got a 9 to 5? Do you do this full time? Like,
yeah, I've got a 9 to 5. So I mean, like when I get up in the mornings, I'll just do a quick little check on the snakes, then get ready, go to work, and then when I come home, check everybody again, change waters, spot clean, and pretty much it.
All right. So the biggest question I get, and the thing I get knocked for the most when I tell people what I do is like, I got a female that basically, this is my first year. So I mistaken her like pre-ovulation shed, because no one says they shed before ovulation. So I've mistaken her pre-ovulation shed for a pre-lay shed, because she shed 2 times in like 2 weeks. So I was like, oh, is that her pre-lay? Well, I guess that was her pre-ovulation. Well, last Tuesday, she just shed again. I mean, and this shed's like almost, it's like that round, and it's almost laid across a 6-foot bed. Like this girl was like one of the snakes that was like 1,600 grams when I bred her. She was huge. The first time on, but she was huge and she was ready. So, I mean, like first time girl, first time breeder, but you know, so the 28th or wait, what day was 16th was, what was that? Where's my calendar? I don't know. It's like I get numbers in my head because I keep everything in my head and they get confused. But
a quick little plug for Husband You Pro. You should check it out. They got a free trial.
Yeah, I know. When I get, I'm getting to the point to where I'm going to need something, and that's I'm a procrastinator I procrastinate by nature. I hold it off the last minute until I go, shit, I need that, and then I'll fix it all. You know, hey Tina, thanks for coming in. But yeah, it was the 12th she shed, so we're counting down the days. You know, seeing what happens. I mean, I hope she goes soon. And then I got 2 or 3 other ones behind her. I tiptoed into this year. I'm going to end it with a bang. What's up, Pat? Do you want to be on TV? He's usually like far away. He hears commotions. He's like, Joe, I'm gone. It's weird for him to be even out here.
I feel honored for him to embrace his presence while I'm on with you.
Right. Maybe you attract animals. I'm blaming it on you.
I love animals. It's all good.
And all of them. I mean, I have a cat, a dog. We had rabbit. You know, it died after about 5 years. I mean, it was cool. I mean, I like that rabbit. I miss it a little bit, but I don't. I do, but I don't. So what social media platforms do you have, and what are your future plans with them?
I mean, Instagram's my main one, and probably the only one I really focus on. I mean, I do have a Facebook page. I've created an account on a lot of these newer ones like Herp Social, Cold Blooded, Reptipost, whatever. You know, just to have a presence there. So if they start blowing up, then, you know, I can at least get it going again. But Instagram's my main one. Just kind of just growing organically and slowly. I'm not doing like, you know, reels all the time and posting all the time. I think it's been probably like 2 months since I've posted anything on Instagram. But
well, if you don't have problems selling snakes, because that's my biggest worry about selling snakes. You know, I could possibly have 11 clutches this year. What am I going to do with 60 snakes? You know what I mean? Like, so that's why I'm trying to push my presence on the social media platforms more as a selling point. Herp Social is the one that Billy does. Last week, Morph Market's starting one called Cold Blooded. So, like, I mean, they're going hand in hand and trying to compete with each other. And I just say, go with them both. I mean,
you never really want to like limit yourself to just one option. I think if you have, you know, as many different, you know, branches that you can, you know, reach out to, and, you know, there's different people on different platforms. So, I mean, you never know. Somebody's going to buy it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, put them fingers out there, like branch out.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how you advertise today. Like, you know, on these social media sites, I mean, to pay for advertisement and put your own radio or even on TV, you know what I mean? You're going to be forking out like, you know, at least $400 or $500 a month for radio, maybe $1,000 a month for TV for that advertisement. And how many snakes do you really got to sell to pay for that? And are you even going to represent that your market with radio? And I mean, you might hit some people with radio. I don't know about TV, but that's later on down the road. And I really hope some of the bigger breeders, actually get more, like, just publicity time. I heard someone was starting a show on one of these networks, like late night was getting a snake show or something like that. Like it was when like
Oh,
last
if it's
year
the
or
one,
something.
no, that one's gonna be bad. If it's the one I think you're talking about,
I'm not sure. I heard
with
something about
Jay
it, and
from
then
Prehistoric Pets or whatever.
I mean that's on. I mean, I
Yeah.
heard about that, but I'm not even real sure that that's what they're talking about. But it was something to do with, like, on one of these streaming platforms. He
Right.
gets a show to or something. But I don't know. I hope there's more of it that goes on though. Like, I really hope, like a Canova ends up with, like, a weekly show late night somewhere. You know what I mean? I mean, I would record it and watch it like every week. Or even Mutation Creation. Like, I'd watch a Canadian show. I get along with a bunch of Canadian people.
Right. I
Okay,
think
back
yeah, I
to
think Billy's
question.
would be quite entertaining if he had a weekly show.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be entertaining. I mean, a lot of people say Justin Kvelk is dry. He can be because of his snakes. I mean, he lets his work, speak for itself. Like, his snakes are amazing. He don't even need to say much.
Yeah.
But what is a short term goal with your reptiles? Like, for say, like next year, short term.
Um. Let's see. Well, I mean, I got a couple males that I want to pair next year when they get to size, and I want to try to prove out some possets, and yeah, I think that's the big one.
Proving that
Trying to prove out
process,
these
yeah.
two possets.
Yeah, I got a couple snakes that they prove out. It's just going to be like, holy shit, what am I going to do with this?
Yeah.
The fire goes off even more. What is the long term goal of yours with this? Say 10 years from now?
Oh, that one's tough. I try not to go too far into the future just because I don't know if I'm going to hit the snakes that I want to make. So,
Right, right.
um,
That could
if I could just
definitely
hit,
change.
like some double recessive or triple recessive combos, I think that would be really cool.
Working triples. I mean, it's never a bad thing. I mean,
Right.
I have a possibility of hitting a triple year one. I got a triple het to a triple het pairing.
Nice.
Why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I got a triple het male for $100. I was like, all right, now I'm going to spend some money on a female, but why the hell not? So, yeah, I mean, why not? I'm going to be that lucky guy that hits it because I have that horseshoe up my ass. I win all the
Oh
time.
yeah.
I will not
Send
be
it over
denied.
this way when you get a chance. I need to
I,
borrow it.
I will not be denied. I mean, like, and if I fail, I get up and try again. I mean,
Yeah.
that's all it is. Okay, so we get into some little bit of the funner questions now. But if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Whew. I would probably have to go with flying.
Yeah, I mean, I answer this question. I ask it quite a bit, and I've thought about it, here and there. I mean, flying was my first initial thing because you think about it, you just no gas, no nothing. Think about how much money
Right.
you would save if you could just fly. But then I was like, you know what? Transportation would be easier. Like transportation, just like, fool, take me to Florida. Boom, take me to Tenley. You know what I mean? Like Scotty beaming me places. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Because
I mean, this
I
is
thought about
2000.
that too, and it's that thing for me with flying. At least, like, I mean, I could still go to the places, and if I had Superman's speed of flying, almost be like transportation. But with flying, like, you could like fly up in the sky and like just observe like just like a beautiful view,
Yeah.
without having to be stuck there or like falling or anything. You just go wherever you want.
Well, see, now the thing I got technical with flying because if you fly as fast as like Superman, a speeding bullet, you're gonna like melt your face off. Like you get hit with a
Well, I mean, I
bug,
hope
it's gonna
with
be
the
a bullet.
ability, then I'm not going to fall apart or anything.
And then if
But
you go too high up, you're gonna run out of oxygen. I mean,
right,
like, so that comes with limitations. Flying transportation, there is none. I can go any freaking where I want. I can just be like, take me to the top of the pyramid. on top of
Yeah.
the pyramid. Take me to the top of the Eiffel Tower. Bonjour.
Yeah.
I'm there. You know, I mean, transportate or transfer. Yeah, that word is where it's at. I can't say it tonight. I keep saying transportation. It's transportation. Can't get it right. Tongue's tied tonight. Okay, where are we at? If you could spend a week anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Oh, that's even harder.
It would be in some kind of warm climate. I've been in Pennsylvania all my life. Like I want warm weather, but you're in Florida, so you might want
Yeah, I'm
somewhere
in
cold.
Florida. I there's so many places I'd love to go. It would probably either be like Japan or somewhere in like Southeast Asia.
All
I just
right.
think it's so beautiful over there, and the people are
I'd like to go
amazing.
see Egypt, like the Giza plateau and the pyramids and stuff. I'd just
Yeah.
like to go see that. That'd be cool. What is the weirdest food you ever tried?
Weirdest food. Man.
I mean, it was some Chinese stuff, but it was weird. It was chewy. It was like raw, and it was like gummy. I don't even know what it was. I just kept
Uh,
trying different stuff.
yeah, I would say balut. The balut eggs.
What is that?
So it's a partially developed duck egg
All right.
that they basically hard boiled, but
Oh, all
so
right.
it's kind of in there. Like there's sometimes the beak is there and like the feet and stuff like that. It's kind of
And you just eat it.
yeah.
Did you pick the beak off, or is it crunchy?
It's got a little crunch to it. I mean, it's not like super hard 'cause it's still developing, so it's got a little crunch to it, but it's not like super hard.
All right.
It's a weird flavor, weird experience, but I had to try it at least once.
I don't know. Now that you said that, I've heard of that, and I'm a dairy eater. I think I'd try it. I mean, I did a hot challenge live, and like that stuff's all mind over matter. Like I could eat a hot
Yeah.
pepper and light myself up and just be like, okay, I'm not gonna mind it. My mouth's like on fire right now, and I'm just gonna stay calm and I'm not gonna freak out. And it actually freaking works.
I mean, yeah, like growing up, I'd always watch Fear Factor,
Uh-huh.
and like on every episode, they'd always be eating something weird, and like there was very few things that would be like, I'm definitely not gonna eat that. But I mean, most of it, I'd at least try it. It's
I
usually a
mean, some
small
of
enough
that
bite where
stuff,
it's just
like that sliminess, like that would get to me more than anything because
yeah.
like the raw oysters, I won't eat raw oysters or clams no more
I
because
hate
like the
oysters.
first time I tried it and slurped it down, it almost made me gag. It was
Yeah.
like that slimy, and I was able to just swallow. But I won't do that again. What up, Blakers?
I mean, if I was getting paid for it, yeah, I'll eat it. But
Oh well,
if I'm just
yeah,
going to eat, nope, not for me.
yeah. If I'm paying for it, I'm not eating it. If someone's paying
Right.
me, like I'll eat whatever, bugs, worms, like
Yeah.
bring it on. I'll eat it. Pay me, and I'll eat anything. And that's basically the side of it. Okay. Would you rather be rich in love or rich in money?
Uh,
That's a harder question than it sounds. I thought about this one.
I personally would rather be rich in love.
Yeah,
I
mean
think love
that's
is
my
more important. It's more fulfilling.
the money.
Yeah.
If you're looking for like just fulfillment in life, like say if you're poor but you find that genuine love and you never go nowhere and you stay in that same town, that's kind of like selling yourself short, But
Yeah.
if you had that money, you could see all kinds of things. But I mean, that's a hard question to answer.
I mean,
It really
it is a hard question, but I mean, yeah, I'd definitely go with love over
I
money.
think I'd go with money. I think I'd sell
Yeah.
out and go with money. I'm sorry. I mean, it's as cliche as that sounds, like I just think I would rather go with money. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I love is a cool thing. I mean, I couldn't imagine not loving my kids. So my kids are here, so I have that love. I'd be good. Okay, so who's been your biggest inspiration in this hobby?
Oh, biggest would probably be Billy. Yeah.
And Billy's like, I mean, I like the guy. Like, just a lot of people get turned off for him because he yells and he screams and he's fucking this and fucking that. But he's been doing it so long, and there's really only one right way to do this. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
one right way and 1,000 wrong ways, and you got to just. I push it with my budget. You know what I mean? I
Oh, yeah.
go right to that limit. You know, I still consider myself a breeder one, but let me hit some of these. I'll jump to breeder three real quick. Real quick.
Oh, yeah.
All right. What did you want to be when you was a kid, when you grew up?
Oh, man, it changed so many times. I
What
mean,
was them
wanted to be
all? Like
a
your
police
first one to
officer, a
your last
doctor,
one.
astronaut. I mean, like all the different things. Wanted to be a zookeeper, and there was a few years where I wanted to be a vet, and I mean, it kept changing.
Yeah, I guess it changed as I got older. I'm just sitting there trying to read the chat and keep up, but I'm doing a bad job at it tonight. But yeah, Billy's just. I feel he's actually putting the right stuff out there. Like,
I mean, yeah, he lays everything out there. He's as honest as you can possibly be about it. Um, and then he doesn't sugarcoat it. I mean, it is what
exactly.
it is. Good, bad. The only time he starts yelling is if you're doing like dumb shit. Like that's the only time he gets mad, the only time he gets angry, and other than that, he's always there willing to help you out, and he's such a good guy.
I got a bumper sticker that says "I do dumb shit," so like he probably screaming at me a lot.
Well, no, I mean, like I'm talking about like like
Yeah.
mistreating your animals, not feeding them,
Right.
not cleaning them, just
Right.
like
Yeah.
who's
I
that
mean,
guy everyone's mad at? Samson from Slither
oh
Inc.
my God!
With
Like
all the
you even
retics
want
and
to
all
talk
that.
about
Like
that?
that's why he gets mad and yells and cusses and goes on rants. Like
I was going to talk about that tonight, but it was just like that's not worth it. That guy's not worth my time to even, that's total neglect. Like
yeah,
you have to not worry about that animal cleaning it for months and months on end for him to get like that, like a year. I mean, just
yeah.
that was just ridiculous. That guy should not own another snake in his life. I just it ain't worth talking about. It really ain't because that guy's a piece of shit. And on to the next question.
Yeah.
All right, where was he at? All right. What was the biggest challenge you had in your life so far to overcome?
uh, I think the biggest one was probably. Oh man, I think when I first moved down here to Florida, it was a huge change for me because I mean I'd moved here right before fifth grade, and it was
Right,
just it was just a huge thing to overcome going from having all these friends and everything to just being the new guy, and it took a
right,
lot, especially for me because I'm real introverted.
right.
So like it's harder for me to like go out and make friends and do all that, and and
Yeah,
it was just a real big change.
we kind of did that similar thing in fourth grade, but in junior high school, like all them schools met back up. So it was like I knew everybody. Like fourth grade, was kind of hard. Fifth grade was kind of weird. Sixth grade started, evening back out, and then seventh grade it was just like I knew everyone. So it's pretty cool. But I went through the same thing. I was an awkward kid. I was just a tall, skinny, like ADHD redhead jumping around. Like make fun of me. I'm going to punch you. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm going
Oh,
to
yeah.
punch you. I don't do that no more, needless to say. So, would you rather know the future or go back in the past?
If I go back in the past, would I have like my knowledge of today, or would
Yeah,
it just be?
yeah. You would have the knowledge of today, but you would
I'd
just
probably
go
go back to the past then.
do a couple things different.
Yeah.
See, I don't know. Like, if you know the future, you could change it now. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. If I go back
oh,
farther, then I can fix more things.
yeah. Let me go back. Let me go back to like high school. I would do a whole bunch of shit different, like all
Oh
kinds
yeah.
of shit different. I mean, like, if you can go back, would you try to start pushing ball pythons way earlier?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, I had a friend through middle school and high school
Absolutely.
had a ball python,
Right.
and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And but like my mom, she just even to this day is just totally
Oh,
against
that's my
snakes. She
mom.
hates them.
No,
She
she
doesn't
won't
want
come
to
to
see
my
them
house.
anytime.
She won't come to my house. She won't.
Right. I mean, it's like even if I'm like just talking to her about them or like something that's going on, she's just like, ugh, she gets chills. I'm like, I'm not even holding one. Like, I don't know why you're freaking out.
Right.
But
I
I
will
mean,
say though, when that thing come out about the FWC, like she called me and she said, "Did you see this?" I was like, "Of course, mom." Like, because it was on mainstream. I was like, "Yeah, I
yeah,
seen it." Like, and she was, had her opinion on it, and I don't like the things, but they don't need to be, killed like that. Even people that
right.
didn't like it didn't like that, and nothing got done really. I mean, what they just kind of held a whitelist and reinduced the Lacey Act. I mean, didn't your officers just kill like 35 snakes like unreasonably? And like, I don't know. I think they need to realize that the natural disasters caused more of this than the keepers, instead of just blaming it on keepers that don't keep their snakes right.
I mean, they have their own agenda that they're going behind them because they're all, um, what are they? They all like have like money in like hotels and like big businesses. Like they want to
Right.
build more properties and stuff. So I mean, it's the animals. They don't really care that much about the animals. The less that we can, have, they're happier. I think they're probably working with PETA, but who
Right.
knows?
PETA. That name keeps popping up again every once in a while. And so, if you can go back, what piece of advice would you give your 18-year-old self?
18, I'd probably just go as deep as I can into ball pythons. Start then. If I could have started then, when be so
Right?
much farther along now. Oh, it'd be
Be a
so much
pioneer.
different.
You'd be a
Yeah.
pioneer. You'd be a Brian Barchak. I agree, Dave. But I mean, we
Because
should.
I think Bob and I are around the same age, so if
Right?
I got
Well,
in around the same time he did.
I'll be 45. So if I went back to 18, that was like 96, 97.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I would have been like Kevin McCurley. I mean, I got long hair like him. I mean,
Yeah, I'm 35, so 18, it would have been 2005, 2006. 2006, yeah.
yeah, right, Dragos. I agree. Like I like it when people don't come to my house. They leave me the hell alone. I get much peace with these snakes. So, what inspires you to keep doing this?
Just with how much there's, just so much untapped potential that people haven't even touched yet, that, there's so much to do. I mean, you have your guys that are like so deep into certain projects, but even they haven't touched certain things, and you can just kind of build your own little empire, find your little niche, and just grow on it.
Right. Mitzi says, I think if you would have asked the question before the last question, the other answer might have been different. Well, I picked the order of the questions, not you. Appreciate your opinion. Man, I picked the order, Mitzi. I do appreciate your opinion. Okay, so the last question I got for you before we get into quickies, has any one thing happened to make you not want to do this?
Oh
Like,
man, so many things. Like it seems like every year there's always something.
right?
Um,
What's
I
up,
mean,
Carver?
and even like just getting into it, I had I was going into my first breeding season, and I had picked up a breeder female, um, and it like she had some stuff going on with her, like she wasn't really eating, and I was trying to, I was messaging the breeder, trying to figure out what was going on, and it ended up turning out that she was gravid,
Right.
which complete surprise for me. So and then so I'm trying to figure out how to get everything set up. I didn't even have an incubator yet. I was
Mechanical.
losing my shit trying to get all my stuff together, and then she ended up becoming egg bound,
Right.
and not too much longer she ended up passing away
Right.
because of that. And so it was just like right out of the gate having such a roller coaster of a ride. It was just like, well, maybe I shouldn't do this.
That's what
But
I'm worried about with this first one. I'm like, is she egg bound? Oh my God! Like, am I going to kill the snake? But, I mean, I don't know. I just sit here and wait and see what happens.
I mean, because I've talked to Billy a couple times, throughout the years, and he's just like, just don't mess with them. Just let them do their thing. You know, I had one girl, I think it was last year, where she went 51 days after her uh, pre-lay shed.
Right.
And most of the time, it's only 30 days. To have another 3 weeks on top of that, man, I was freaking out because I thought she was going to end up the same way.
Right.
But lo and behold, wake up one morning and she's
Yeah.
laying.
Yeah. All
So
right. Yeah. I mean, I fingers crossed. Hope for luck. See what goes on. But we got quickie questions. These are the last questions. And if you have, we'll have some good time, like 15 minutes. If you have anything you want to show off, you can. If not, we'll just talk about things. But Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Speaking of that, I've said this 100 times that Pepsi, I drink you all the time. A sponsorship would be great. And I'm not talking, and I'm not talking like any kind of money. Just like maybe a free case a month to help out. I'll drink it on every show. I mean, not nothing too bad. BK or McDonald's?
McDonald's, if I had to choose.
I would have said neither because I don't eat fast food. But
I mean,
I like
I'm not a big fan, but like if I had to pick one, it would be McDonald's because I hate Burger King. So
I mean, if I go to Burger King, I definitely can't eat the onions because the onions I taste them all day. I don't know what in the fuck they do to them, but I could eat onions. I could go buy an onion in the store and eat it and be fine. But I mean, eat their onions and it's all day long. I taste it.
but if I'm really gonna pick a fast food place, it's gonna be Whataburger. I love Whataburger. It's so good.
I guess Five Guys is technically considered a fast food place, but I love that place. Like Five Guys.
Oh yeah, that's really good. Yeah.
I don't consider that fast food because it's too good. It's a really good burger. Like it's not. It's cooked right in front of you, like on
I'd
a
say
grill.
quick service. I wouldn't say fast food.
Yeah, I agree. So, you're at a family event like a wedding or something. Are you dancing, not dancing, or slow dance only?
How drunk am I?
As drunk as you
If
want
I
to
was
be.
drunk, I'd probably just, I don't know. I'd probably dance if I was drunk, and if I'm sober, I'd probably just be sitting down watching everybody.
Right. Now, I'm an idiot. I'll be up jumping around like the whole time. I probably won't leave the dance floor. My kids will probably be there jumping around with me. We're all idiots, every single one of us. So, I mean, that's usually what happens at family events. We have to get the party started, I guess.
Oh yeah, I'm just too shy to really do that.
right? Kara Shea, thanks for coming in. I know it's been a while, but I didn't announce you. The Bud Files, thanks for coming in. I think that's about it. All right. Skydiving or no way?
No chance.
Not even bungee jumping?
I've been bungee jumping once, and I'd maybe do that again, but definitely not skydiving.
I mean, I did it in the military, and like I wouldn't sign my contract unless I went to jump school, and I wouldn't do it anymore because my ankles are just shit. I'd fuck my ankles up, and I think it's probably how I messed my ankles up, but we won't go there. But it was fun. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it was pretty fun. That's for sure. What's your favorite movie or book?
Ooh, book. I would probably have to go with the Game of Thrones series.
Cool. I mean, I'm not a reader. Like I sat down and I tried to read like books. They give me headaches. Like, I just can't do it. I tried it with glasses, still get headaches. So just give me the movie. I'll watch the movie.
I mean, yeah, I'm not much of a reader either. I just randomly, it's in. I think we started watching the show, and then I picked up the book because I wanted to get more information, to get more of a basis on it. And then I ended up like reading the whole first book, then finishing the first season, read the second book, watched the second season, kind of went back and forth. And then I think by the time I got to the fourth book, they hadn't made the third season yet. So,
all right,
got ahead of them with the books, but so good. If you ever into reading, they're great books to read.
I don't know what Dragos was saying, but I think it was like to me jumping out of airplanes in the military. I was in the military reserves, and before I signed my contract, I said, "Well, I'm not going to sign this unless you send me to jump school. I want to jump out of airplanes." And they said, "Well, it's not in your MOS." And I said, "Well, I'm going to walk over here to the Marines, and they'll let me put it onto any MOS I want." And he's like, "Come back," and I got my jump school. I was a postman in the Army. They screwed me over. I don't know how I got an honorable discharge because I did 5 years and I was supposed to do another year, and I was just sick of it. After lie after lie after lie. I think because they lied to me so much, they just finally gave me my honorable discharge and just go. We want to cut ties with you. They didn't give me my GI Bill. They didn't give me my $5,000 signing bonus I was supposed to. I think they spent my $5,000 signing bonus on my jump school. I don't know what happened, but they lied to me. They made me mad. So I did 5 years reserves, and I was supposed to do 6. And then, I was on call for like 3 or 4 years, and they've called me a couple times, and I said, no, I'm not interested. But I still got an honorable discharge. The bigger. Because they screwed me. All right. If you could go on any game show, past or present, what would that be?
Game show. You know what I think would be fun would be to go back and be on American Gladiators.
That'd be fun. I mean,
yeah.
I'd probably, let me go at the age of 21. Because if I'd go now, I'd get my ass kicked. 21, I'd
get my ass kicked too. Yeah, I can't do it now.
Still get my ass kicked, but not as bad. I might not get pushed back 10 feet.
Yeah, I'm going to go like 19, 20. That'd be all right. But now, definitely not.
I don't know. I just think it'd been cool on The Price is Right with Bob Barker. I mean, that would have just been awesome. So, got any snakes you want to show off? What you got?
At the moment, no. No, I don't have any at the moment.
Okay. What are you working in? Like, what are some of the projects you're working that you want to admit to? You don't have to say everything.
Well, so I got this girl right here. She's just a pastel VPI Xanthic. But I got her paired to my Fire Calico puzzle. And she's due to lay any day, so I'm just trying to get those hets going.
So double het VPI puzzle. Ooh,
Yeah.
nice. I like that.
So I've got picked a couple months ago. I picked up a male. It was a visual VPI het puzzle.
Ooh.
So I got him ready whenever the other ones get up to size.
Yeah, see, I didn't really have money to buy the Kodoms, but I got visual hets. But I just like I don't have the female that's a visual het. I got a female that's a Kodom and a visual. So I'm going to be making, some 50s or even some pairs or 66s. But if I'm able to pick those out and I hit those right, it's going to be good. It's going to be real good.
Yeah.
I mean, so what double recessives outside of that are you really, really looking forward to hitting?
So, I mean, the main four I've got are Desert Ghost, Exanthic, Puzzle, and Hypo. So, kind of that whole little combo. I've got a little, I bought her as a double het, DG VPI. Whenever she gets ready to go, I'm going to try to prove her out. So, I mean, yeah, just any of the combinations, mostly Desert Ghost, Exanthic, and Puzzle. I mean, the Hypo is just kind of there as a fourth one to add into the mix.
Right. Well, you got some puzzle fans in here. It was Will and Carlos. They're heavily into puzzle. They like it.
Oh, yeah.
See, what I did is I used Clown as like a base morph, and I got like Clown Pides, Clown Labs. I even got Clown Sunset now, Clown Ultramel, Clown Hypo, and Clown VPI Xanthic. I do got a bunch of irons in the fires, but they all lead back to Clown. And if I have a bunch of clowns with all these other things to it, like it's going to be pretty easy to hit the triples and even quadruples when I do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm more switching to getting a lot more OG stuff. The Orange Ghost line of Hypo. I just like it. I think it has just that little bit more to it. I don't have puzzle, and I'm kicking myself for not getting it.
I'm glad that they're cheap. You can make some cool stuff for not very much money.
Well, probably everything that I'm making has a POS het. It's going to have 100% het, but it'll have a POS het. I mean, if some of those prove out, then I'm going to be doing real good. And if they don't, they don't. Then I do it again. I mean, then I upgrade in places where I need it, where I missed. I mean, I don't think I'm going to hit every one, but I'm going to wait and see where I need to invest a little bit more money to make the odds better. That's my plan, kind of. But I also didn't buy like banger males because I wanted to make my males. It's just how I wanted to do it.
With all the genetic shed testing now, I mean, most of the stuff you'll be able to test for in the next couple of years. I think they were saying that they got another like 5 or 6 that are going to be coming out in the next, I don't know, like week or two.
Yeah, so, I heard Sunset's close, so like that's a breath of fresh air for me because I have the Blade Possible Lace Clown from Best Dressed Balls that looks just like his, so I think it probably is. Going to
Troy. Troy's awesome, dude.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And then the Super Pastel Het Clown Het Sunset. So I'm like, I want to hit a female that proves out Het Sunset there, because then I'll be good. Right. And I also took him to the Phantom Het Clown. So if I get a Phantom with Het Sunset, that'll be exciting. What's up, Jamie?
What's up, Jamie?
I mean, I want to get some different morphs into Sunset that I haven't seen. I haven't seen Phantom in it yet.
I would I'm not in Sunset, but I would love to see like Acid or Confusion in there, because like Sunset already kind of messes the pattern up a little bit compared to a lot of other recessives. So I'd love to see what Acid and Confusion do in there.
See, to me, it changes color. I mean, it kind of does change pattern. But the biggest thing about a baby Sunset is it looks like, the yellow to the orange at the top. And as an adult, it gets brown. So, I mean,
like, to me, it almost like GHI-ish kind of look to it, though,
Okay.
pattern-wise.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
kind
like,
of.
that's why I'd kind of like to see just I like crazy patterns. So you like throw people have already put leopard in there, spot nose is already in there. Like throw the acid in there. I want to, a puzzle sunset. I want to see what that looks like. You
Right. Or
know,
Krypton or Cryptic Sunset.
yeah,
Because like I'm talked to a lot of people about puzzle here last week, and there's a lot of comparison between Cryptic, and it's just like, well, they can't be because there's a puzzle clown.
yeah,
You kind of have to remind people that there's a puzzle clown that's ugly as shit, but there is a puzzle clown.
yeah.
But that just tells me it's waiting for the right gene. A
I mean, yeah,
puzzle
it just
clown
means
is
that clown is not excessive you want to put it to, and that's why like I've got Desert Ghost. That's why I've got Xanthic. That's why I've got Hypo. Trying to move to other things. That's why I don't really work with Pied because there's no pattern. Well, I mean there is, but it's mostly white. I want to see the pattern, so
right.
colors and
Wow,
patterns are the two things I want.
that's pretty good, Darlene. Chocolate double het DG clown, possible double het hypo blade, yellow belly. Oh, all right.
Well,
I
Blade's
read
a
that off for a
coding.
second. Yes, they are 100% different, but they resemble each other. And I don't know, a lot of backroom talks thought that when they first come out, they was going to be the same, but it proved out different.
That's part of the reason I went with Puzzle over Cryptic, is because it's not allelic with Clown.
Right? Yeah.
Because I mean, when you put Cryptic with Clown, it doesn't look any different. It just looks like a Cryptic.
Right.
You don't see
I mean,
Clown in it at all.
there's people that say they could tell a difference between a Krypton and a Cryptic, but they've been working at 10, 15 years to say that.
No, I mean, because like I've seen people that have done that. Like they say the same thing, and I said, okay. So I went on the Morph Market, picked out a Cryptic and a Krypton, sent both pictures to the person. Was like, all right, which one's which? I mean, of course, you got a 50-50 chance. So I mean, you could guess and get it right or whatever, but he still got it wrong. And it's just like, so you can't tell. It's like it's
Exactly.
the same. It's just
That's funny. I had a couple of those done to me, and I picked some right and I picked some wrong. But I was actually trying to educationally pick it, not trying to just go eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
right.
But yeah, what else you want to talk about? Anything else you want to mention?
Nothing I can think of right now.
James and Alex of Oddish Pythons is where I'm getting here. Nice. Thanks. All right. Well, it's like a minute till. I mean, I like to call it in an hour just because if you ever want to come back, you might come back because it's only an hour. I don't ever really keep people that long. It's just how we do it here. Bosa, you made it at the tail end. Thanks for coming in, though, brother. We appreciate it. But yeah, we're going to call it one for today. Max, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for coming on. Chat 14. Heck yeah. You want to say anything to the chat, Max?
Thanks for coming and hanging out with us.
Make sure you go sub to Max if you're not. Like on Instagram, that's where I talk to him through. His YouTube, of course, is out there. Go give him a like and a follow. Thumbs up, all that. I hope everyone's having a good evening. And yeah, we're out.